Why does everything fall apart the moment you try to rise financially? Why does it feel like the moment you say, "I'm ready for abundance," the ground shakes, unexpected bills show up, you lose clients, plans collapse, and fear walks right back in through the front door? That's not a coincidence, that's a pattern. And the sooner you understand the energetic meaning behind that pattern, the faster you reclaim your power. Because here's what no one talks about. The moment you raise your financial frequency, the moment you shift from scarcity into prosperity, the universe listens. But so does your subconscious, so does your nervous system, so does your old energetic field, the one that was built around survival, fear, and limitation. And all of it resists. That resistance isn't a rejection, it's a vibrational test, a spiritual filter that checks, are you truly ready to hold this new frequency of abundance? Or are you just visiting it? Most people see that resistance and misread it. They think it's a sign to stop. They tell themselves this isn't working. They fall back into doubt, into hustle, into panic, and the cycle repeats. But you're not here to repeat cycles, you're here to break them. You're here to command your energy, to reset your vibration, to rise, even when everything around you tries to pull you back down. Because here's what's really happening. When your soul decides to shift, your reality starts to shake. Not because you're broken, but because your old energetic infrastructure is being dismantled. The version of you that was aligned with lack, the version that believed money was hard, that wealth was for others, that freedom was unsafe, is now being asked to step aside. And it doesn't go quietly. That's why when you start to rise, the pressure increases. That's why when you say, "I'm ready to manifest $10,000 this month," your car breaks down or you get hit with a surprise expense. It's not a punishment. It's an invitation to anchor your new frequency, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's unstable, even when the outer world hasn't caught up yet. This is the space where manifestation becomes mastery. Because manifesting money when you feel good is easy. But manifesting under pressure, holding your vibration when fear knocks at the door, that's where the real shift happens. And the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. And what you are in those hard moments, that's your true signal. So if you're in a moment of contraction right now, if you're feeling tested, triggered, stretched, and shaken, don't collapse, don't chase, don't try to fix everything in the external. This is the moment to pause, to breathe, to reset. Because pressure doesn't mean it's not working. It means your old vibration is being replaced. And the breakthrough doesn't come when everything calms down. It comes when you learn how to calm yourself, regardless of what's happening. And that's exactly what we're going to do together in this video. Before we move forward, I want you to do something powerful, something that signals to the universe that you're not collapsing, you're claiming. Go to the comments right now and type this: "I rise even when it's hard." This isn't just a phrase, it's a frequency, it's a line in the sand. It's a declaration that says, "I know who I am, even in the storm." And now, listen carefully. What you're receiving in this video is not surface-level advice. It's an energetic upgrade, a reset protocol that most people will never access because most people give up before they truly align, but not you. So hit the like button now to anchor this vibration. Subscribe right now to stay in the flow of this frequency. Because this content doesn't just inspire, it activates, and the next steps you're about to learn, they change everything. Let's go deeper. So what actually happens when your vibration collapses? Let's be honest, it doesn't always feel like a dramatic spiritual moment. Sometimes it feels like anxiety in your chest, a tight throat, a racing mind. Sometimes it's checking your bank account and instantly feeling your energy sink. Other times, it's a conversation that didn't go as planned, a sale that didn't close, a delay, a rejection, an unexpected bill. And without even noticing, your nervous system switches from creator mode to survival mode. This is the moment when your field, your energetic signature, begins to destabilize. What used to feel expansive now feels like contraction. And the most dangerous part, it's subtle. It creeps in through small reactions, sighs, internal eye rolls, that quiet voice that says, "Here we go again." Energetically, what's happening is this. The frequency you were holding, the one aligned with money, clarity, and trust, begins to fragment. The coherence of your field starts to break. Your thoughts speed up, your breath shortens, and your body begins to respond to imagined threats as if they were real. This is no longer a vibrational state of attraction. This is energetic leakage. Think of your field like a magnet, strong, focused, clean. When you're in alignment, that magnet pulls in opportunities, ideas, people, and resources. Money flows. Solutions appear. You're open, receptive, calm. But when your vibration collapses, that magnet turns erratic. It doesn't stop attracting. It starts attracting from your lower frequencies: fear, scarcity, doubt, urgency. It draws in more chaos, more delay, more resistance, not because you're being punished, but because the universe is mirroring exactly what you're broadcasting. Here's something most people don't understand. Manifestation isn't just about thoughts. It's not about repeating "I am abundant" 20 times a day if you're still vibrating with panic in your body. The field doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to the totality of what you broadcast. Your breath, your energy, your beliefs, your nervous system, your emotional tone. When your vibration collapses, you don't just lose alignment, you lose access. Access to flow, access to clarity, access to the timeline that holds the version of you already living in abundance. And the most dangerous moment isn't when things go wrong. It's when you believe that the collapse is your truth, when you accept the downward spiral as who you are, instead of recognizing it as a temporary glitch, a signal, not a sentence. Energetic. Collapse isn't just emotional, it's neurological. Your brain begins to scan for threats, your amygdala activates, your body releases cortisol, your awareness narrows, you stop seeing opportunities and start seeing problems. You lose creative insight. You stop being magnetic, you go from visionary to victim, from aligned leader to energetic responder. And if you stay there too long, your field begins to recalibrate downward. Your new frequency becomes one of contraction. And now your manifestations are born from that energy, and they show up messy, delayed, distorted, or blocked. Money especially is sensitive to this shift, because money isn't just numbers. It's a frequency, a living vibration that responds to confidence, certainty, expansiveness, gratitude, and it withholds in the presence of fear, desperation, guilt, and confusion. When your vibration collapses, you stop speaking the language of wealth. You stop being a match for ease, for overflow, for opportunity. You repel instead of receive, not because you're not worthy, but because your field is out of tune. And what's worse, the longer you stay there, the more evidence you collect to reinforce the collapse. This always happens to me. Nothing works. I was stupid to believe I could actually change. I should just settle. Those thoughts are not just mental, they're energetic anchors. They hold you in the spiral, they block your return to alignment, and they create momentum, but in the wrong direction. So what's the solution? It's not about pushing harder. It's not about positive thinking. It's not about pretending to be fine. It's about intercepting the collapse, interrupting the fall, reclaiming the field, resetting, because the collapse isn't the problem. Forgetting your way back is. And in the next part of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, how to intercept the spiral, neutralize the noise, and restore the frequency of abundance in real time, even in your hardest moments. But before we go there, anchor what you just learned. Go to the comments right now and write, "I interrupt the collapse. I command my field." Let it be more than words. Let it be a line in your energetic sand, because you're no longer the version of yourself that spirals blindly. You're the one who resets on command. And now that you remember that, we can begin the reset. So now that you understand what actually happens when your vibration collapses, the energetic breakdown, the misalignment, the emotional contraction, it's time to shift the lens through which you see these moments, because here's where most people misinterpret the process, and in doing so, they abandon their manifestation right before it arrives. What you experience during those breakdowns is not sabotage, it's not failure, and it's certainly not a sign that the universe has turned its back on you. It's realignment. Deep, powerful, sacred realignment. Because to become someone who consistently attracts money, freedom, and abundance, not once but as a lifestyle, you can't just change your thoughts. You have to change your vibrational identity. You have to become someone whose frequency holds the codes of prosperity, even when the environment doesn't match yet. And the journey from your old identity to your new one, that process is messy. Not because you're doing it wrong, but because your old energy doesn't dissolve in silence. It resists, it rises, it screams to stay alive. Think of it this way. When you say, "I'm ready to become wealthy," the version of you who has always lived in scarcity gets triggered. When you declare, "I deserve overflow," the part of you that's familiar with just enough panics. When you affirm, "Money flows to me easily and constantly," the energy of struggle and generational programming starts to collapse, and it doesn't want to go. This is not sabotage, this is detox. You're purging old frequencies. You're releasing decades, maybe lifetimes, of embedded beliefs. You're dissolving fear-based neural pathways and building new ones wired for abundance, trust, and expansion. But just like a physical detox, it's not always comfortable. Sometimes the spiritual symptoms are emotional turbulence, financial contraction, relational tension. Why? Because the universe isn't punishing you. It's clearing the space. It's making room for the version of you who can actually hold the blessing. Imagine for a moment that your field is a container, and it's full, not of money but of memories, of scarcity, of trauma, of doubt, of patterns, of panic, and you're trying to pour in prosperity, clarity, flow, but there's no room. So what does the universe do? It triggers the clearing, not because it's cruel, but because it's precise. You asked for abundance, you asked for overflow, you asked to receive more, and the universe said, "Okay, but first, we empty what no longer fits." That's the collapse, that's the shake, that's the test. And it's not punishment, it's preparation. Because how can you hold $10,000 per month when your body still expects chaos every time money enters? How can you become a match for overflow if you still believe you have to earn your worth through struggle? How can you stay calm in prosperity if your nervous system still associates money with fear? You can't. So the frequency collapses, the old beliefs surface, the subconscious resistance erupts, and the field, your energetic field, begins to recalibrate. This is why so many people repeat patterns. They mislabel the realignment as sabotage. They think it's going wrong when in truth, it's finally going right. They bail on the process. They return to old habits. They say, "See, it didn't work," when in reality, the collapse was the last contraction before the expansion. So here's the truth you need to integrate. The chaos before the upgrade is sacred. It is not the end. It is the gateway. And the faster you stop resisting the realignment, the faster you move through it. You don't heal in theory, you heal in action, in presence, in breath, in how you respond when your bank account dips, but your intuition says, "Keep going." In how you hold your field when the external screams panic, but your soul whispers, "Trust." Because the universe is not testing you to see if you'll break. It's testing you to see if you're ready to receive. And the way you pass that test, you stay, you breathe, you choose alignment again and again, even when the evidence isn't there yet. Because that's what makes you magnetic. That's what builds the field. That's what quantum manifestation actually is. You are not being blocked. You are being rebuilt. And when you anchor into that, your timeline shifts. Now take a moment right now and write this in the comments. My vibration is not collapsing. It's realigning. This one phrase redefines your process. It speaks to your field. It tells the universe, I'm available for refinement. I'm aligned with abundance. I trust the upgrade. This is the new identity. This is how wealth is built. Not through hustle, but through frequency. Not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. And now that you've reclaimed that power, it's time to stop analyzing the collapse and learn how to reset. Let's go there next. When the pressure builds, when the money slows down, when the nervous system tightens and the mind begins to spiral, most people make the same mistake. They try to fix it, not from alignment, not from calm, but from urgency. They panic, they act out of fear. They open their laptop and start researching 10 new business strategies. They apply for jobs they don't want. They launch offers they don't believe in. They say yes to clients that drain them. Just because there's a bill due, it feels like action, it feels productive. But energetically, it's a collapse in disguise. Because action taken from desperation is not creation, it's reaction. And when you react from fear, your vibration drops. And when your vibration drops, the field receives that signal and echoes it back to you. This is how people get stuck in loops of burnout. They mistake movement for progress. They think they're manifesting, but they're really just coping. They're not aligned with abundance, they're entangled with survival. This is the most common trap. confusing effort with energetic leadership. But true manifestation isn't about doing more. It's about doing from a place of alignment. It's about letting your action be an extension of your field, not a desperate attempt to compensate for its weakness. Let me say this clearly. When your vibration is off, your first move is not action, it's alignment. You do not fix energy through effort. You shift energy through presence. Otherwise, you become someone who builds their next level from the blueprint of their current fear. And then you wonder why the money doesn't stay, why clients ghost you, why results come in but never feel solid, why everything you build feels fragile. It's because the structure was born from scarcity. You planted a seed of panic and expected it to bloom into prosperity. But the universe doesn't respond to how hard you work. It responds to why you work. And in the energetic realm, intention is everything. People say things like, I launched that offer and nothing happened. I sent 100 cold DMs and got 0 replies. I started 3 businesses and none of them worked. But behind the action was a vibration of fear. Behind the strategy was a body vibrating in collapse. Behind the words was a field screaming, please fix me. That's not manifestation. That's energetic outsourcing. It's trying to force external shifts before tending to the internal frequency. And it never works sustainably. So what's the solution? Pause. That's the part no one teaches. The sacred pause. The moment where, instead of chasing action, you choose to sit with your energy, not to wallow, not to retreat, but to reset. Because once you do that, once your body returns to safety, your mind quiets and your vibration anchors again, then your action becomes sacred. Then you move with clarity. Then your decisions hold power. Then you magnetize results that actually last. But most people never give themselves that chance. They're too addicted to the illusion that doing more, attracting more. Too programmed to believe that stillness is laziness. Too scared to stop, because what if it all falls apart? But let me tell you this. If your life only stays together when you hustle, it's not together. It's just hanging by threads of survival. And no amount of effort can compensate for a fractured field. You must learn to lead your energy before you lead your business. You must shift your vibration before you send the email, post the content, call the client. You must be aligned before you act, not as a luxury, but as a requirement, because energy is the instruction. And when you skip the reset, you send the wrong command to the field. So the next time you feel the urge to fix your money by doing something, stop. Ask yourself, am I acting from alignment or from fear? Is my field leading this decision, or is my fear pretending to be strategy? Your honesty in that moment could change everything. Now take a breath, place your hand on your heart, and remind yourself of this. I don't chase results. I lead from energy. And then write that in the comments to lock it in. I don't chase. I align. I command my field. Because the version of you who leads from vibration, that's the one who manifests the money, not the one who hustles harder, the one who vibrates stronger. And now that you know the truth about misaligned action, it's time to discover what real aligned action looks like, starting with the emergency reset technique that brings you back into your power instantly. You're not here for temporary fixes. You're here for energetic mastery. You're here to shift realities, not chase results. And the truth is, not everyone gets access to this level of awareness. Most people stay trapped in the loop. They never hear this. They never feel this. They never learn how to lead with energy first. But you're here, and that means something. So now honor your alignment. Tap that like button right now to anchor this shift. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Because this isn't just a video. This is a vibrational portal, and what you're about to receive will change how you manifest forever. The reset is coming, and once you learn it, you'll never go back. Now that you've seen how panic-driven action keeps you locked in scarcity, let's go straight into the reset. This is the moment where we shift everything, not through words alone, but through energy. Because your body knows how to return to alignment. Your field remembers what it feels like to be centered, safe, magnetic. You've just forgotten. And this technique is here to help you remember, right now. This isn't just something you understand, it's something you experience. A vibrational reset designed specifically for moments of collapse, doubt, fear, or contraction. The moments where everything feels too loud, too heavy, too confusing. It's your internal rescue protocol, and it works. We begin with phase 1, respiration plus command. Close your eyes. If you're sitting, sit tall. If you're standing, Plant your feet. Now bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the air as it enters your body, not just mentally but physically, as sensation. We're not trying to fix anything, just notice, no judgment, just presence. Take a deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it at the top. Now release gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Again, inhale, hold, exhale. Now on your next exhale, I want you to say, out loud or silently, the following command. I interrupt the spiral. I call my energy back. Again, inhale, exhale. I interrupt the spiral. I call my energy back. One more time, but this time say it like you mean it. Say it like you're not asking and you're claiming, I interrupt the spiral. I call my energy back. What's happening in this phase is subtle but profound. Your breath begins to regulate your nervous system. Your voice sends a new command into the quantum field, and your presence signals to your subconscious that you are no longer available for collapse. Now we enter Phase 2, declaring soberania vibrational. This is where you stop being a victim to your state and start becoming the authority of it. Place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes again. Now repeat after me, feeling the weight of every word. I am not my fear. I am not my past. I am not my bank balance. I am the frequency that creates worlds. I lead energy. I don't chase outcomes. I choose to be the command, not the reaction. Feel that, not as theory, as truth. You're not your thoughts. You're not your circumstances. You are not your bank statement. You are the field that bends reality. When you say these words, you begin to separate from the noise. You reclaim authorship. You remind the quantum that the one in charge has returned. Now we move into Phase 3, anchoring the field. Because a shift in awareness is beautiful, but temporary without integration. Now we lock it in. Bring your focus to your lower belly, the space 2 inches below your navel. This is your power center, your core, your home. Imagine a golden orb of light pulsing here, strong, steady, grounded. Now visualize that light expanding through your belly, up to your heart, down your legs, up through your chest and throat, until your entire body is surrounded by this luminous golden field. This is your field. This is your center. This is your reset. Now say, I anchor this calm into my body. I lock this frequency into my field. This is my new baseline. Hold the vision. See yourself, calm, clear, powerful, walking through your day. You check your phone and see a payment notification. You receive a new opportunity. You answer a call that opens a door. You don't chase it. It comes to you. Because now, you are the match. You've reset. You've interrupted the collapse. You've reclaimed the frequency of power. You've restored command. This is how quantum shifts happen, not in huge bursts of energy, but in small, precise, conscious choices made from the inside out. And you've just made one. Now, breathe. Feel your energy. Feel your body. Feel your field. And when you're ready, write this in the comments below. I lead energy. I reset with power. That phrase is a frequency. It's a signature the field remembers. It's your new access point, because from this place, everything changes. And in the next part, you'll understand exactly why this works, scientifically and spiritually. Because what you just felt wasn't just emotional, it was energetic regulation. And now, we'll show you how it integrates with both your brain and your soul. Now that you understand the structure of the reset, the 3 phases that bring your system back into alignment, let's go even deeper. Because hearing the technique and living the technique are 2 entirely different realities. You didn't come here just for information, you came here for transformation. This part of the video is not for watching, it's for feeling. So if you can, find a quiet space, place both feet on the ground, close your eyes, let your hands rest where they feel safe, maybe on your lap, maybe over your heart. We're about to step into the center of your field, where clarity lives, where power begins, where your vibration recalibrates. Let's begin. Start by taking a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment at the top, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, inhale, hold, exhale, and this time with your exhale, gently whisper, I return to my power, not as a wish, as a command. Again, inhale, slow, steady, hold, and exhale, with I return to my power. Now feel that power starting to gather in your body, almost like a current, not fast, not forced, just steady, grounded, calm, Let's take this further. Bring your awareness to your spine, from the base to the top of your head. Imagine a line of golden light rising up through it. This is your vertical alignment, the bridge between your physical body and your higher self. Now imagine that this golden light is expanding, gently filling your chest, your heart, your arms, your legs, your entire being. As you breathe, this light strengthens, and as it strengthens, it begins to push out what doesn't belong: fear, doubt, noise, pressure, urgency, panic. They don't match this frequency, so they fade. Now place one hand on your heart, the other on your belly, and repeat after me, either out loud or in a whisper: I am safe in my body. I am stable in my energy. I lead from alignment. I trust what I feel more than what I see. Pause for a moment and breathe that in. Now let's activate your field. Bring to mind an image of yourself standing strong, confident, clear, magnetic. See yourself walking into a room and feeling the energy shift. See money flowing to you, not from effort, but from resonance. See your phone lighting up with opportunities. See emails arriving with confirmations. See payments landing with ease. Now say, my field attracts what my words could never chase. Breathe, feel that truth settle in your cells. And now we lock it in. Visualize a circle of light forming around your body. This is your energetic perimeter. It is sovereign. Nothing enters that does not serve you. Nothing leaves that weakens you. You're in full control. Now repeat, I anchor this calm. I ground this frequency. This is my new normal. Let it land. Feel your body again. Feel your seat. Feel the space around you. And as you inhale again, feel your body become heavier, not in tension, but in presence. You are here. You are safe. You are sovereign. And from this state, you manifest clearly, because the version of you who is still, steady, grounded, that's the version who receives. That's the version who magnetizes. That's the version who commands wealth, not with effort, but with energetic authority. You are no longer reacting. You are broadcasting, and the field is listening. You don't need to know how. You only need to become the frequency, and you just did. Before we transition into the next part of this activation, where we explain why this works so powerfully from both a spiritual and scientific perspective, I want you to lock this shift into your timeline. Take a moment now to type in the comments, my energy is my anchor. I reset with power. Let it be a digital spell, a commitment, a signature, a signal to the quantum that you are no longer available for collapse. You are available for creation, for clarity, for cash flow, for connection, for everything that matches the version of you who just reset there. Field in real time, and what happens from here will reflect that. What you just felt wasn't just emotional release, it wasn't imagination, it wasn't placebo, it was neurological, energetic, cellular, and quantum. Let's unpack why this technique works, not just in theory but in biology, in consciousness, and in the quantum field, because understanding the mechanics behind it gives your mind something solid to rest on, which deepens your trust. And when trust expands, so does your frequency. Let's begin with the brain and nervous system. When you're in stress, when you're in contraction, in fear, in scarcity, your body enters a sympathetic state. This is known as fight or flight mode. It's ancient, primal, and was originally designed to keep you safe from danger. But in modern life, that danger is rarely a predator in the jungle. It's financial stress, deadlines, debt, rejection, uncertainty. And here's what happens when your body is in that state. Your heart rate accelerates. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your vision narrows, literally. Your blood moves away from the digestive and reproductive systems and rushes to your limbs. Your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for clear decision-making and vision, shuts down. And your amygdala, the part of the brain that scans for threats, takes over. In this state, you can't access manifestation because you're neurologically trapped in survival. It's not that the universe isn't sending you signs, it's that your brain is too focused on the threat to notice them. Your field becomes erratic. You stop broadcasting the frequency of abundance and begin vibrating with panic, which sends the wrong instructions to the quantum. Now, pause. What did you do in the reset? You slowed your breath. You expanded your awareness. You regulated your nervous system. You gave your subconscious mind a new command. You replaced cortisol-driven spirals with calm, rhythmic coherence. In neuroscience, this is called top-down Regulation. It means you used your awareness, your conscious self, to influence your biology, to shift your internal state by choice. And that choice creates a cascade effect. Your parasympathetic system activates the rest and digest mode. Your body begins producing oxytocin and serotonin. Your heart rate slows. Your breathing deepens. Your prefrontal cortex comes back online. Your brain becomes coherent again. You feel safe, but that's not all. Because when your heart, breath, and brain come into coherence, something else happens. You become magnetic. And this is where we move from biology into spirituality, into the field. The quantum field, the energetic grid that surrounds and connects everything, is constantly reading your frequency. It doesn't hear your words, it reads your signal. That signal is a combination of your thoughts, emotions, breath, body language, beliefs, and energetic field. When your signal is scattered, confused, or desperate, the field mirrors back circumstances that match that chaos. But when you reset, when you enter a coherent state, your field becomes stable, clear, charged. In quantum physics, coherence is a state in which all parts of a system are in resonance. In spiritual language, it's alignment. In manifestation terms, it's magnetism. This is why people say, when I stop trying, things just flow. It's not that they stop acting, it's that they stop resisting. They exit survival. They re-enter resonance. And the field responds accordingly. So what you experienced in that reset wasn't simply a feel-good moment. It was a recalibration. Your nervous system moved from dysregulation to stability. Your brain waves shifted from beta, anxious, to alpha, calm and creative. Your energy field re-centered. Your vibration, your true vibration, started to rise. And here's the secret. You don't manifest from force, you manifest from frequency. And the reset returned you to the frequency that matches your desire. That's the power of embodied energy work. You're no longer just thinking about abundance, you're becoming it. You're no longer just visualizing money, you're vibrating at the level where money already exists. You're no longer hoping, you're remembering that you are the field. This is also why affirmations work best after regulation. Because you can say, I am abundant all day long, but if your body is panicking and your field is leaking, the quantum doesn't hear the words, it hears the fear beneath them. But once you regulate and once you reset, once you become still and coherent, then you say, I am abundant, and the field believes you, because now you believe you. So the science and the spirituality are not separate. They are allies. They are languages of the same truth. You were designed to be magnetic. You were wired for coherence. You were born to remember that your energy leads reality, not the other way around. And the reset is your tool to return. Let that truth sink in. Let it become part of your code, your system, your lifestyle. Because when you understand that your state creates your story, you stop trying to rewrite the story and start leading the state. Now, to lock in this truth, take a moment to write in the comments below. My frequency is my reality. I lead with coherence. Let that phrase echo through your day. Let it become a mantra. Let it live in your field. Because you're not waiting to align anymore. You just did. And the results? They're already en route. This level of understanding, this depth of clarity, is not something you find in just any video. You've just accessed a layer of truth that most people will never even know exists. And now that your system is aligned and your frequency is activated, don't lose this momentum. Lock in what you've just experienced. Hit the like button now to ground this energy in your reality. Subscribe now to continue receiving this kind of high-frequency content that doesn't just inform you, it transforms you. Because you're not here to consume, you're here to evolve. And the next phase of this journey, what's coming next, will show you exactly how real this reset can become, with a story that could just as easily be your own. Let me show you what this actually looks like in the real world. Let me take everything we've talked about, the nervous system, the collapse, the reset, the quantum, and bring it to life through a story. Because when the theory becomes tangible, something shifts. You begin to see yourself in the mirror of another person's breakthrough, and what once felt distant suddenly becomes available, immediate, real. This is the story of Emily, a freelance graphic designer from Austin, Texas. Mid-30s, sharp, creative, but emotionally exhausted. She had been building her business for 2 years, trying to transition out of corporate, seeking freedom, financially, creatively, spiritually, and like so many of us, she thought the leap into alignment would feel magical. At first it did. Her first few clients came in through referrals. She launched her own website. She was finally saying yes to her purpose, but within 6 months, the money slowed. One project was delayed, another client cancelled. A big payment she was counting on was suddenly rescheduled, no date in sight. Her savings were dwindling, her confidence was cracking, and her body started tightening every time she opened her laptop. She was checking her bank account 10 times a day, refreshing PayPal, refreshing Stripe, watching numbers that didn't change. She knew the law of attraction. She'd read the books, she had vision boards, but when the pressure kicked in, so did the fear, and soon she wasn't manifesting anymore. She was panicking, in a loop of self-doubt. And here's what made it worse. She thought her collapse meant she was doing it wrong, that the universe was rejecting her, that maybe she wasn't aligned enough, that maybe she should just go back to a job she hated. This is where most people quit. But Emily didn't. Because one night in the middle of that storm, she came across a short video on vibration reset. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't full of strategies. It was simple, a breathing technique, a few clear declarations, a shift in posture, and a reminder, the energy you lead with is the energy you receive. She was skeptical, but she had nothing to lose. So she paused, she sat on the floor, and she started breathing, not to fix it, just to feel, just to find. Silence again inside the noise. Then she placed her hand on her heart and whispered, I interrupt the collapse, I call my energy back. I am not my fear, I am the field. And something clicked. Not outside, not yet, but inside. Her body softened, her breath slowed. Her mind, still swirling with worry a few minutes earlier, suddenly opened, and in that space, a tiny idea came in. She remembered a past client who once said, if you ever open space for consulting, let me know. She'd forgotten that moment entirely until the reset made room for it to return. With no attachment, no pressure, just calm presence, she messaged that person. 30 minutes later, she received a reply. Funny timing. I was just thinking about you. We need design support for a new launch. Can you start next week? The contract? $4,200 for 3 weeks of work, paid up front. But that wasn't the real manifestation. The real manifestation was the shift, the return to power, the reconnection to her center, the activation of her field. That money didn't appear because she begged the universe harder. It came because she became the version of herself who could receive it without grasping, without panic, without resistance. She didn't hustle. She aligned. She remembered. And when she remembered, the field responded. Not because the opportunity was new, but because she was finally in the frequency that could see it. This is what happens when you reset. You don't just calm your mind. You recalibrate your timeline. You don't just say different things, you become a different signal. And that signal has power. That signal moves money. That signal speaks the language the quantum understands. There are Emilys everywhere, people collapsing under pressure, not because they're weak, but because they've forgotten how powerful they are. And all it takes is one reset, one breath, one moment of sovereignty to open the gate again. So now, I want you to see yourself in this story. Where have you collapsed and thought it was the end? Where have you tried to fix your life from fear instead of recalibrating your energy first? Where is the opportunity already waiting, but blocked because your field was closed? You know the answers, and now you know the way back. So before we continue, before we move into the final pieces of this activation, take a moment to drop into your own experience. Then go to the comments and write, I am the field, I reset, I receive. Let those words be more than text. Let them be a signal. Let them be your energetic re-entry point into the timeline where the money flows, the answers appear, and your power leads the way. Because that version of you is not far. You just became them. Now that you've seen what's possible, not just in theory, but in living testimony, it's time to come home. Not to a destination, but to a frequency. Not to an outcome, but to a state. A sacred, unshakable state where your faith is not optional, it's foundational. Faith is not a feeling, it's a frequency. It's not believing only when it's easy. It's staying aligned when everything around you shakes. It's not about blind hope. It's about energetic conviction. It's the frequency that precedes all manifestation, the bridge between the invisible and the physical, the force that keeps your field open long enough for the quantum to deliver what's already been set in motion. Because manifestation doesn't happen when you ask. It happens when you believe as if it's already done, and act, think, and breathe from that place of inner certainty. This is where most people disconnect. They ask, they affirm, they visualize. But when time passes, when results don't show immediately, when resistance rises, they interpret the silence as denial. But the universe is not saying no, it's saying, "Guys, stay there." It's saying, keep vibrating from the vision, not the fear. It's saying, hold the frequency until the frequency becomes physical. This is the language of the divine. It doesn't speak urgency, it speaks alignment. It doesn't respond to begging, it responds to being. So now I want you to anchor this new level of being, this version of you who doesn't just hope for abundance, but knows you're created to receive it. This version who doesn't fold under pressure, but expands through it. This version who understands the test was never punishment. It was preparation. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your hand over your heart and repeat with me, not as repetition, but as remembrance. Even when I don't see it, I trust it's done. Even when I don't feel it, I anchor into the truth. Even when the world says not yet, I say, it is already mine. Now go deeper. I don't chase abundance. I am abundance. I don't wait for money. Money is already responding to my vibration. I don't beg the universe. I co-create with the divine. Feel the resonance of these words as they move through you, not just echoing in your mind, but rooting into your nervous system. You are calibrating to a new spiritual blueprint, one where your default setting is trust, not fear, where your baseline is magnetic faith, not anxious control. You don't need to see the entire staircase. You only need to take the next step, as if it's already leading you to overflow. Because it is. Because that next client, that payment, that opportunity, that idea, it's not far. It's already orbiting your field. It's waiting for your energy to match its vibration. And now's it does. Now speak this into your field. Whisper it, write it, breathe it. I am aligned with divine timing. My energy is clear. My field is open. I receive with ease. This is how we shift timelines, not through force, through frequency, through faith, through embodied truth. The old you would try to fix it all. The new you commands it, not from ego but from soul, because now you remember who you are. Not a reactor, a creator, not a victim of energy, a leader of it. The divine doesn't test the weak, it prepares the strong. And you've just proven to yourself, and not just that you can hold the storm, but that you are the calm inside it. You don't manifest under pressure by escaping it. You manifest under pressure by transforming through it. And that's what you've done here. Now let that truth settle into every part of your being, and take this moment, right now, to type in the comments, I manifest under pressure. I lead through alignment. I trust the divine. This is more than a phrase, it's a vibrational key. It tells your mind, your field, and the quantum, I'm ready to live from this new level, not just today, always. And in the final part of this activation, I'll show you how to keep this alignment flowing, how to build a daily rhythm that makes this reset not just a rescue technique, but your new normal. Because you're not going back, not to panic, not to confusion, not to scarcity. You are moving forward, in faith, in power, in coherence. And the universe is already responding. So now you've walked through the fire. You didn't just watch a video, you passed through a portal. You interrupted the spiral, reclaimed your field, breathed yourself back into coherence. You chose calm over chaos, presence over panic, alignment over urgency. And that choice, that single, sovereign choice, it changed your frequency. Right now, your field is open, your nervous system is regulated, your vibration is speaking the language of abundance. You're not just hoping anymore, you're vibrating, you're commanding, you're receiving. Let that land, you did this. You didn't wait for someone to save you. You didn't wait for external proof. You remembered, you are the source. You are the magnet. You are the instruction the universe has been waiting to follow. And here's what's even more powerful. This doesn't end when the video does. This energy is not meant to be a spike. It's meant to become your baseline. Because when your baseline is faith, money flows. When your baseline is peace, solutions find you. When your baseline is coherence, your field turns into a magnet for miracles. Now breathe that in. Feel it not as an idea, but as an identity. And from this space of remembrance, of expansion, of alignment, I want you to hear one final truth. The universe never delays your blessings. It delays your access until you're fully aligned to receive them. You are now aligned, and what's yours is on its way. Let this not be the end of your journey. Let it be the beginning of your next level. Because in the next video, I'm going to guide you through something even deeper. A daily energetic protocol that keeps your field clean, your nervous system balanced, and your vibrations so high that money, opportunities, clarity, and confidence become your norm. It's not a morning routine. It's a magnetic recalibration ritual. Simple, powerful, repeatable, designed to make coherence your default and manifestation your lifestyle. So stay connected, stay grounded, stay in the current, because this is the energy that rewrites timelines. This is the frequency that bends reality, and this is just the beginning of what's possible for you. Say it one more time, out loud or in the comments. I lead with energy, I manifest under pressure, and I'm ready for more. I'll see you there.